Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Monday, the second day of October. It's a whole new month.
Isn't that crazy?
National Custodial Workers Recognition Day. Hats off to you guys and gals. International Decorative Painting Day. Guardian Angels Day. So, again, hats off to you as well. International Day of Nonviolence. National Produce Misting Day. Produce misting today.
Okay.
Or for people who produce
That's a little
misting.
sprinkler thing that goes off. Yeah.
National Smarties Day, World Farm Animals Day, National Name Your Car Day, and Fried Scallops Day. I made it through the list. I've got a new source to get these things from, and they have a lot of stuff. So listofnationaldays.com. Thank you for letting me use your list. The other group, I loved them. I loved working with them, but they changed the format, and it was hard to get it. I was like, 12 clicks just to get that info? I don't think so. Hey, it's a Movie Star Monday today as well.
Nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got that kind of time. Siobhan Fallon Hogan is my guest today. She is amazing. From Men in Black, she's in like a whole list of movies. She was the bus driver in Forrest Gump. She is a sweetheart, wonderful, awesome, amazing lady. And she's got a movie that's her own movie. It's like her film, Shelter in Solitude. And I'm excited to say it's coming out this Friday. We're going to chat with her all about it in a bit.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. A massive study has revealed the only habit you can adopt that is linked to bettering your intelligence. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
According to analysis of over 1,300 studies involving millions of people, openness to engage and explore new experiences, ideas, information, etc., is the only personality trait with a substantial correlation to intelligence. So, being inquisitive. Researchers at University of California say they also found that being the stereotypical moody genius is actually a strong predictor of lower intelligence. Heidi, you moody
Why
genius?
are you looking at me? What does that mean exactly?
I don't know. I just put your name at the end of it to see what you do. I got the exact response I wanted. All right. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know the phenomenon of seeing a smile on an inanimate object is called face pareidolia? Pareidolia. Pareidolia? I don't know how you'd say that.
So, like if you're looking at a wallpaper pattern and you think you see a smiley face?
Or a cloud or whatever.
Okay.
They found that it is more common among women who just gave birth for some reason. When shown images of random objects, postpartum women tend to identify illusionary faces not seen by other women. Researchers think it's because new mothers have higher levels of oxytocin, the love and trust hormone involved in social bonding, which previous studies have connected to the brain's ability to recognize facial expressions. I see them quite often, like when I'm driving in traffic, I'll see a vehicle in front of me. I'm like, it kind of looks like a smiley face on that.
I see faces a lot.
I just saw one the other day. A guy was in, like, his truck had been in an accident, and the bumper was bent down, and it looked like a smile, but it also looked very sad, because I'm like, ooh, that's a pretty bad accident he was in. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Despite previous reports, Robert De Niro will not be rehashing his famous "You talking to me?" line for a commercial for Uber. Apparently, it was all over the internet that he was going to be doing that. 1976 Taxi Driver is what that's from.
Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't.
Uber was like, no, that's not really going to happen. And a new Basketball Wives series is coming to VH1. Basketball Wives Orlando will premiere this fall and take a fresh look at how women of the Orlando basketball scene navigate the competitive world of sports. Whole lot of names here of people that are in it, but I don't know any of them, so I'm going to probably say them wrong, and then I'll get yelled at. So I'm going to just move on. And Usher will be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. This was announced like a week ago.
I did see that.
The reason I wanted to bring it up is because I read online, somebody had said Usher, and somebody's like, they're going to just pull an Usher from the crowd? Like they didn't know there was an artist named Usher.
Although,
they're like, no. How funny would that be?
That would probably be better.
It would be funny. Like, okay, you're the lucky Usher. You get to perform. Me?
I would probably tune in for that.
That would be fun to see. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Dane Cook, 51, married his girlfriend, 24.
He's 51?
He is 51.
Holy cow, we are getting old.
We are getting old. He's pretty cool. I did an interview with him a while ago, and here's the thing. I don't usually talk about what I can't say on the air, but this I thought was a very interesting thing, and now I understand why. So they said in the notes before I talked to him, you can't talk about his girlfriend, and you can't talk about his brother. And I was like, okay, why would I have done that?
Right.
I didn't even know there was a thing, but apparently there was like some embezzlement things with his brother.
Oh, yeah, there was
and then the fact that his girlfriend was so much younger than him. See, if you listen to my interviews, I would never, ever confront somebody about that.
That's rude anyway.
Yeah.
You have a guest, you don't bring up things that make them uncomfortable.
So you're dating somebody young enough to be your grandchild. No, I wouldn't have done that. The eternal household battle. Well, one of them anyway. Should you rinse the dishes before putting them in the dishwasher? Well, if popular opinion is the barometer, the answer is yeah, of course.
If you
want survey
to.
Commissioned by energy experts Utilia, 62% of dishwasher owners admit that they do rinse things off before putting them in the machine. The problem is the company says that it leads to a staggering 95 million liters of cold water being poured down the sink every single day. Totaling 7.6 billion gallons annually, 59% say they pre-rinse dishes. They think it prevents long-term machine issues. 53% of those who don't pre-rinse argue that the dishwasher is designed to do this. Do we pre-rinse or do we just throw them in there?
I scrape and then I put them in
So
there.
if there's big chunks of stuff, we don't put that. You don't put like a whole slice of pizza in the dishwasher.
Well,
we dump
no.
the plates off first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I thought we did. Here's a sad thing. I don't really know what we do. I remember once having a plate, then all of a sudden it was gone. I'm like, didn't I have food in front of me a minute ago? I live with Heidi, and we refer to her as Tidy Heidi.
Yeah,
I'll be halfway through a project, and she's cleaning up the tools. I'm like, can I finish the project first? It's only been 9 months.
I was going to say, if the projects would be finished in a day,
yeah.
yes, I wouldn't pick them up.
All right. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday. Our guest, Siobhan Fallon Hogan, Men in Black, Forrest Gump, and a big long list of other huge blockbuster films. And now she's got not one but two of her own movies. Rushed came out a few years ago, and now she's got a new film hitting theaters this Friday, Shelter in Solitude. Siobhan, tell me a little bit about this film and where the idea came from.
So this is a movie about a guy on death row with 10 days left to live. And my character, Val, is a washed-up country singer. And she's like a cougar wannabe. She drinks too much wine. And COVID hits in her bar where hardly anyone goes, shuts down. And so she gets a job at the prison guarding a guy who's this guy played by Peter Macon, who's like a young James Earl Jones, who has 10 days left to live. And she's this unconventional, odd character. And Robert Patrick from The Terminator plays the warden. and his wife has left him. So there's these three broken people that come together, and for the common goal of trying to help one another. And they're rough around the edges, but they're good, charitable, kind people. And the idea came from my father. I'm from a big Irish Catholic family, and my father was hilarious. He was like a big, tall, he used to. And we were from upstate New York, but he always wore like a bolo tie. He loved cowboy hats, cowboy boots, and so he always wanted me to be a country singer.
Oh,
but
nice.
he would also tell us the story about the prisoners that he represented at the dinner table. So as a kid, we'd go by the prisons, and I'd think, what are they doing in there? And what are their relationships like with the prison guards? So that one night, I'm laying in bed after I finished my first movie, Rushed, which came out 2 years ago, and I'm exhausted. I'm like, okay, I'm taking a break. This idea comes to me. What if this crazy country singer, cougar wannabe, becomes the guard of a guy on death row? And I scribbled it down, and I wrote it in 3 weeks, and we filmed it in 16 days.
That's amazing. 16 days. I bet it took a little longer to do some of the big blockbusters you were in.
A little bit longer. I'd say Men in Black was about 3 months. If you got a big budget, Forrest Gump, 3 months. But hey, listen, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we had a well-oiled machine. I've worked with Robert Patrick, many times before, and over the past 30 years, Dan Castellaneta, who's the voice of Homer Simpson, I did a play with him 30 years ago. So I worked with a lot of the people, so we knew each other. We kind of knew each other's rhythm. Peter Macon I had not worked with, but so we got down to business. We did it in 16 days, and then it came time to distribute, and my husband and I were like, you know what? We're sick of giving away the money to distributors, so we distributed ourselves, and by miracle, we got picked up by AMC and Regal, and we're going to be all over the country Friday, October 6th.
I love that. And I'm going to admit something. I've seen parts of this, and I would never guess that you did this in just 16 days.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. My husband's a producer on it. My son is a music supervisor. He's a producer on it. He also plays the young cop, Chris. And my daughter, Sinead, plays a hippie in it, and she's a production designer. So it's a full-blown family affair. Even the town is called Trudyville, and my dog's name is Trudy. So we got everybody in it. My daughter, Bernadette's a big journalist, and she helped me with the copy on it. And so we came together, and we worked our tails off. And I went over to France and edited with Sabina Miliani, she was the editor on March of the Penguins. And we worked to make it, exactly the vision that I had. And thank God, by grace of God, it's got amazing country music in it. Justin Bill Tonin from 3 Doors Down. I got to record in Nashville. I'm sitting in Nashville right now. We had our big party last night. I sang with Justin last night at the party. So from 3 Doors Down, my son was music supervisor. He got me Justin Bill Tonin, Todd Cameron. We have 2 rappers in it who play roles, Rob Banks and Fat Nick. These are all these guys with, the name of the game now is social media. So they have all these crazy followers. We depend on people in social media with an independent film. So we need people to follow us on @ShelterInSolitude on Instagram to support us and spread the word about this movie, because it's a great American story about kindness, charity, and redemption, and people need this story right now.
We absolutely do. Now, you've been a part of some huge blockbusters, some of the biggest movies of all times, and this project is your project. That's got to be a great feeling.
It is, and people love it. Like, we were in Nashville last night, and standing ovation, and
I love that.
Overwhelming. But we worked our tails off.
I am so excited to see it. It comes out this Friday. I've got a link to the trailer in the show notes. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. And I'm telling you, this movie will give people hope. This is the kind of movie that America needs right now, because it's taking 3 broken people who really have hard lives and coming together and finding out what's really important in life, which is love, faith, family, and friends. And that's it. That's all it boils down to at this stage of the game for me.
Absolutely. Again, the film is called Shelter in Solitude. It hits theaters this Friday, October 6th. I've got a link to the trailer and more information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Viruses can get viruses. How crazy is that? I never thought of that. So a virus can get a virus. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Electric cars were introduced a while ago. What year do you suppose? 50% of cars worldwide were electric in 1896. Yeah,
What?
half of the cars in 1896 were electric.
I would have said 70 something.
Yeah.
Seriously.
1896. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
2/3 of the people on Earth have never seen snow. I have.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, 2/3 though. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Cats don't have a collarbone, therefore they can fit through any opening the size of their head. So, I think I dated somebody like that once. Just kidding. I have no idea. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
I was just being silly. And then I realized it didn't sound silly. It kind of sounded creepy. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Elizabeth Taylor arrived late for her own funeral. The film star left instructions requesting her coffin should get there 15 minutes late.
You should absolutely do
I
the
probably
same
should.
thing.
Yeah. I'm usually running a little behind because I've got too much stuff going on.
always
Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. A survey found that 1 in 7 people would end a new relationship if they were not compatible in this area. What is it?
If their pets didn't like them.
No, if they didn't like the same kind of food. So
Oh.
when you and I met, there's a lot of
We
foods that
don't
we
like
like together, but
the
there's
same kinds of
we do
food.
too. We
Well-
like a lot of the same things, and then there's some stuff you like and there's some stuff I like, but for the most part, there's a big overlap. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A new Ohio factory has been announced which will produce electric air taxis capable of carrying 5 people. Joby Aviation will be capable of delivering up to 500 electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft per year in the new facility in Dayton, birthplace of aviation. Wright brothers opened a first American airplane factory there in 1910. Joby's production aircraft is designed to transport a pilot and 4 passengers at speeds of up to 200 miles an hour. Maximum
cool.
range of 100 miles and a revolutionary quiet noise profile. They say it's barely audible against the backdrop of a city. The company plans to redefine urban transportation by operating the aircraft as part of an aerial ride-sharing network around the world starting in 2025 and partnering with Delta and Uber.
Okay.
So the reason I made this weird news is I thought this sounds like the future, and I hope that it all comes true. But online, everybody's saying how there's no way they're going to have this going in 2 years. I guess we'll see. I hope they do. That'd be cool. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. This is how long people in other countries would have to work to afford a new iPhone. So the new iPhone 15, the base model with 256 gigs, is $1,199 US.
Wow.
So what percentage of their average monthly salary would they have to spend on a phone? 821% in Egypt. So that's
Holy
way more than what they make
cow.
in a month. Pakistan 816%, Nigeria 754, Venezuela 655, Iran 397, Philippines 392, Turkey is 292, Argentina 286, Brazil 280, Thailand 220, India 213, and Russia 202%.
Holy cow.
So Russia, it's basically you'd have to work for 2 months just to pay for your phone. There's a bunch of other countries listed on the bottom here as well if you're interested in seeing. The United States, by the way, it's 28% of your annual income would go to just buying this phone. So, wow.
All those numbers, those were annual percentages?
No, they're
or
I'm sorry, they're
monthly?
monthly. I'm sorry. Yeah, how much of your average monthly salary would it go? So, again, you'd have to work like 8 months to pay for a phone in some of those places.
That is insane.
It is. The list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. The Dalai Lama says, "If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito."
I
like that.
love that.
Yeah, get a little mosquito bite you. You'll realize they can make a difference.
You bet they
Even
can.
a tiny little mosquito can
Oh
make a
my
difference.
gosh.
Now, here's the thing. Make a big difference in a positive way. That would be my, instead of biting people, make a positive difference.
Thanks for that, John.
Quote, I'm just trying to do my part. Quote, I don't want our listeners walking around biting people or stinging them or whatever. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way, courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Take a listen to this. I think this is a really cool story. We talked the other day about some people wandering near the ocean that saved a shark and threw him back in the water. Remember that?
Yeah.
Somebody else wandering near an ocean. Officer rips off vest, sprints into the water to save two swimmers in a rip current. There's
Those
a photo
things are
here
terrifying.
of a police officer walking out of the ocean, completely soaked, wearing a police shirt and jeans, but just kind of walking out like the boss. A Florida police officer receives accolades for swift response, rescuing two distressed swimmers caught in a rip current. It says here, Brooke Qualls, a witness to the incident, expressed her amazement as Officer Dylan Kaufman's actions. He said, we're seeing him go out there and how quick and efficient he was. It was just amazing to see that. And he's got like a little floaty thing, but he literally just jumped the fence and ran out there Baywatch style.
Like a boss.
Yeah, like a boss. And didn't strip down. Like he was still wearing his uniform and his shoes and everything, because a lot of people were like, well, take all these clothes off so I don't get... He took off the vest with all the stuff on it. That's all he took off.
That is awesome.
Everything else, still wearing that. Flagler Beach Police Department shared photos of the rescue to their Facebook page and thanked Kaufman for going the extra mile.
I love Flagler Beach.
I do too. Thank you for being amazing out there. And thank you for sharing this amazing story. I love it. I think it's awesome. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to The John and Heidi Show.